Ill-timed.
Right, sends wrong message.
Inappropriate.
All Avengers fans out there have been in love with Black Widow, also known as Natasha Romanoff, since the very start. Scarlett Johansson has done an exceptional job playing this strong and fierce character, and there will be hardly anyone out there who is not in love with Natasha Romanoff. Fans all around the world were over the moon when Marvel announced a separate film for this character after everyone, spoiler alert, bawled their eyes out on her death in Avengers Endgame. Like every other action, animated, or fictional film, all Marvel films contain CGI effects, also known as computer-generated imagery. If we get to see one of our favorite Marvel movies without this, then we will become seriously traumatized. In this video today, we will be telling you how all the scenes of Black Widow look without CGI, and well, all we have to say for now is brace yourselves. But before we jump into the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well to watch more content like this. A little backstory to Black Widow. The first female Avenger, Black Widow, or Natasha Romanoff, was a former Russian spy who later turned into a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. We first, as an audience, got to meet her in Iron Man 2 as a supporting role. Since then, it has been a journey, and Black Widow then became a part of the Avengers family. Many fans were disappointed with Marvel for making films separately for all the male heroes of the franchise, but not for the first female Avenger, and fans were thrilled when Marvel announced a film focusing on the story of Black Widow. Why is CGI so important in films? CGI is very important in movies as they help bring the vision to reality. The whole story can't be described well if it isn't for CGI. All Marvel movies use CGI, and it is because of this that we get to feel the whole inside of the story. CGI is the very reason why each Marvel fan has become so obsessed and attached with these movies, but if we get to see the real deal, we would realize how much work and art is put into making films like these such a success. The stunt scenes are all performed by a stunt double. Wonder how Scarlett Johansson is always able to perfect the action moves and the stunts so gracefully? Well, it's thanks to her stunt double and the special effects team that does not even make the audience notice the difference. All it takes is a little effort and some technology tools to make a complete vision come to life. We bet now you will be looking at all of Black Widow's fighting scenes more attentively than usual. But let us tell you that thanks to CGI, you won't be able to notice the difference between the actress herself and her stunt double. All the action scenes included harness as well. Scarlett Johansson did some scenes herself after rigorous training and choreography, and not every bit of her fighting scenes included her stunt double performing it. The character Natasha Romanoff was a former Russian spy who was a martial artist as well. For scenes where special tricks were required to maintain the true form of the fighting scenes, Scarlett Johansson had to wear a harness throughout. In the iconic opening scene of Black Widow, Scarlett's stunt double did come in to shoot some takes, but it was all Scarlett who underwent a lot of training to get the scene right, along with wearing a harness as well. Black Widow does not have any powers, it's all about the skills. Unlike all the other Avengers, Black Widow did not have any powers, and what made her special was her fighting skills that nobody could beat. Other Marvel films had to use CGI effects on the character's powers as well, but for Black Widow, CGI effects were used only for her fighting scenes. For example, to hide the difference between her and her stunt double. The background and the armor we see Black Widow carrying with her during her fight scenes. In the motorcycle scene of Age of Ultron, we see Black Widow on a motorcycle on crowded roads carrying Captain America's shield as well. Well, the whole scene was shot in front of a green screen to include CGI effects, and the actress stayed put at one place, only following directions of her director. The scenes where Hulk is after her life. The first Avengers film had a scene where the Incredible Hulk was running after Black Widow. Well, you will be shocked to know that that scene was a combination of some brilliant acting and some special effects on a green screen. All the smashing of windows and the destruction of property was real, but literally no one was running after Black Widow, and Scarlett made the scene amazing with her acting and brilliant direction. Black Widow in Avengers Infinity War. The whole battle scene in Wakanda was shot in real time, but most of Black Widow's scenes had included a blue screen as well to complete the whole scenery of the battle. If we take a look at some of the behind the scenes of these films, we should see how much these movies look empty without the special effects. The behind the scenes all have some sort of green or blue screen at the back. It all comes down to team effort. Majority of Black Widow scenes are all based on imagination, and Scarlett Johansson is no doubt an amazing actress who brought each of Black Widow's scenes to reality. It was also by the help of her castmates that she was able to pull off some great shots for scenes that had tons of special effects in them. For example, her fighting scene with her fellow Avengers in the first Avengers film, where they are fighting a battle in New York City, did not include them filming that in actual New York City. Scarlett and the rest of the team shot that scene in front of a green screen. It is because of the brilliant choice of other actors and their performance that Black Widow was able to thrive in such scenes. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Another example of teamwork and how another fellow actor can help bring one scene such realness is one in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. In this scene, Black Widow and Captain America are being chased by Bucky. To tell you the truth, both Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson filmed this entire screen by sitting in a car and in front of a green screen. It is so shocking to see how many scenes have been filmed in front of green or blue screens. Even the actor who played Bucky was not there when this scene was being shot, and both Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson filmed this scene by following their director and their brilliant acting. Her last scene on Avengers Endgame. Before we talk more, this part of the video contains some huge spoilers, so better skip it if you have not yet seen Avengers Endgame. Get your tissues out, everyone, as we are about to dive into one of the most saddest scenes ever in the history of Marvel movies. Well, if we tell you the truth about this scene, maybe the death of Black Widow would not seem that horrifying at all. The scene where she visits Vormir with her best friend, also a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Hawkeye, was all CGI effects. The part where she sacrifices her life by falling is one where Scarlett was wearing a harness. The whole stage of Vormir was created by special effects, and basically the actors played this scene in front of a blue screen. Looking back at the brilliant work of this scene, we could see how much work has been put into bringing the scene in all of its emotions, as that part of the movie marked the end of Black Widow, and how she sacrificed her life for her teammates, who she called her family. Kudos to Scarlett for managing to make everyone cry with her amazing performance that was in front of only a blue screen. And no, we did not include this scene in the end because it marks the end of Black Widow, or maybe we did. This video and remembering all of the scenes of Black Widow where Scarlett Johansson had to perform in front of a green or blue screen just makes us realize how much of a phenomenal actress she is. And literally no one would have played Black Widow as good as her. How the audience has been able to catch such strong feelings with scenes that are mostly created by adding special effects makes us want to praise the director and the whole crew too. It takes a lot of effort and work to make a brilliant film, but such films that include CGI effects need even more work, and Marvel has been able to perfect it in CGI. Now we know how these films look without CGI, and how CGI helps in grabbing the attention of the audience. Well, that's it for today's video. Let us know in the comments below which scene from Black Widow is your favorite, and which Avengers superhero is your all-time favorite. Till then, we will see you in the next one.